Hey guys, right away. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday, January 31st, last day of the month. Finally, I did a meme the other day. It felt like January 74th. It's been a long month. Very happy to see January almost over. But you know what? It's been a blessing too. I'm happy to be doing the show today with the beautiful Rosemary German over here. Steve is on. Steve, give us a thumbs up. Let us know you can hear us and see us. Rita Moon's on. John Wild. So give us some hearts. For the beautiful, I mean, you really are beautiful, person inside and out. Happy Thursday. This is Rosemary German. She's awesome. So she's a little nervous, so give her some love. I don't know why she's nervous, because she looks great on camera. She's passionate about what she talks about. I want to hear her story. See, you're getting all that love. See it? Isn't that great? So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm very excited to have you. So you were nervous, right, to come on? I don't know why. I think your story is great, and that's what we want to start with. So tell John, what's up? Tell them a little bit about you. Give us your background, your beginnings.
My beginnings, oh my God. Well, you know, I am originally from the Dominican Republic. My first language is Spanish.
I thought it was Chinese.
No. So I am a woman of faith. I went to a non-school. It's a Catholic school.
Look who popped on.
Yeah.
Carlos.
Carlos, I love you. Oh, he took time to
Isn't
come
he
and
sweet?
see me. Yeah,
He's a
that's
sweet
so
man.
Sweet. Yeah.
Great husband.
Yes, amazing, the best. So where was I?
You were talking about the nuns.
Yeah, I went to a nun school, and one of my best friends is a nun, and so I am, I have a deep faith in God, and it comes from me. My school, hey, Gil.
Louise came on in. Gil,
yeah, Louise,
I love it.
Yeah. My school was a very special school because it was made especially for the people that didn't have resources. And we were, very, my family is a, very poor family. And so I went to this school, and let me see, I lost my train of thought.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Gil said beautiful people in and out. We love you, Gil. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, so you went to school, right?
Yeah.
So you're at school. What was your dream then? What did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to become a superstar.
Well, you are a superstar, Rosemary.
Yeah,
Look, it's your first step onto superstardom on the TED Show.
Yeah, right?
No, you're already a superstar. Yeah. What did you want to do? Did you want to sing? Did you want to dance? You perform?
I used to be a professional performer back in the day.
Oh, see, this is the stuff I got to pull out of people. All right, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Were you a singer?
Dancer? I was singer, acting. I used to, during the weeks, I worked in theaters and musicals. And during the weekends, I used to work in a TV show. Every Sunday, I used to be singing.
How are you worried about the TED Show then?
Because my English,
Your English is wonderful.
When I came to the United States, I didn't know any English.
How is that when you come to the United States? I hear this story a lot. So you come to the United States, you don't know the language, but you want to come so badly that you're going to come anyway. You want to be here.
Yeah.
So what was it like trying to learn the language and assimilate into the American society, the American world?
Well, you can imagine, back there, I work in the show business. I was so secure, so independent. I have my life, well put together. But then I fall in love with Carlos, who is...
Real easy to fall in love with Carlos.
Yeah, so who is here, and I am like, I'm after my man, so I'm going there. And I came here seeking to, form a family with him. So then I just, what can I tell you? Right now, I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought. It's just because I'm looking over here.
You gotta keep looking. Look at me there.
I'm not used to
That's
this
okay.
life.
You're used to being on camera. Oh, we love you, Wendy.
Yeah, well,
love you too, Peter, by the way.
So yeah,
So you came here to Carlos. You didn't speak any English. That's the part I'd like to know about, because how hard was that?
I had to, start from zero. I lost my confidence in kind of like my identity.
Sure.
It was a huge cultural shock So for me to get used to it has taken me years. Like even now, I'm working on myself. You know,
sound great.
The reason why I'm here is because I'm doing this experiment called the surrender experiment. And this year, one of my goals is I'm gonna say yes to things that scares me.
That's good. We talk about sometimes it's good to say yes, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's good to say no. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if you say no all the time, I like the surrender yourself part. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You have to say yes to things that make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not illegal stuff, guys. I'm talking about
Yeah,
stuff
no,
that's
yeah.
outside your 9 dots, outside your box, that you really wanted to try and you're afraid, and you keep saying no, and you really have to go with your faith, go with your gut, whatever, go with your heart, your soul, and actually say yes to things.
Yeah.
How else are you going to grow? How are you going to learn new things and do new things? But I think you're very brave coming here and immersing yourself in the culture. Did you take a class to learn the language? Did you just begin working and that's how you learned how to speak English?
Well, when I came, I found a job cleaning houses. And so I cleaned vacation homes, and while I was doing that, I was taking the basics, you know, with what is it, like a teacher that used to come to my house.
Right, a tutor.
Yeah, a tutor. Yeah. So then after I got the basics, I applied like a year later to Walmart, and I worked there for about 5 years.
So you had gotten in a year acclimated enough and understood and were able to speak and communicate in English well enough to get a job at a major corporation.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. And then over there, you know, that's when I kind of became like really fluent because
Right.
I had to then practice with the
Yeah, you
customers.
did.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you know, that's kind of like.
And
the
then how do you
background.
go from there? So you and Carlos are together. How do you get involved in the real estate world?
Well, you know, when I came, he was starting to become a real estate agent. So I had to support him while he was building his career. And I always been involved in like all the decisions that are made. And, you know, like every single position, he kind of like tried out with me at least for a week.
Well, you
Like,
all
he
are
was
true
giving-
partners, not just in marriage and relationship, but
Yeah.
you're true partners in your business. So of course he's going to bounce things off of you. You're going to be his most trusted advisor, and he's going to listen to you. So when he said real estate, you said, "Okay, let's do it."
Yeah, and it was, you know, mainly because our family used to, well, his family, but it's my family, my adopted
It's your family.
Yeah,
I get it.
So they used to come here and buy properties, and for retire, you know, like as a plan for retirement.
Sure.
And we used to see like the happiness. It was like a huge because us Hispanic, you know, like we do a huge celebration.
I
out of
love it.
everything,
I think I'm
right?
Hispanic in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, yes. So we do a huge celebration for everything, and so they will celebrate. You know, like we just made this great investment, and then they will sell. You know, and they will like put it for retirement. And we were like, this is so amazing. Like how can we help people do the same?
Right.
And so that's how he got into the real estate. And then now, you know, recently I got my license.
Yay, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me about the journey though with, so you're starting your business, you get into real estate, and everybody thinks that immediately you get your license and you're making 6 and 7 figures. But that's not true. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of building your brand, building what you're trying, getting your relationships, making sure that you have a database that works, getting that referral system going. What were you guys working on then? If did you already have a database that you worked on, or did you just have to start from scratch?
Well, with Carlos, you know, Carlos is like a robot, like a machine.
He's a robot.
Yeah, like for real. Like this man, he works really hard. So back then, well, he has a tech background. So while he was building his own website to get leads, he was just doing open houses, and he will not do open houses like everybody's doing like now, like 1 to 4. Like he will just go like from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Wow.
all day. It could be like January the 1st, and Carlos was, July the 4th, he would be in an open house.
Wait, are you saying hard work and dedication actually gets you somewhere?
Yeah, it
People
does.
think it's such a miracle. It's like, it just happened. Carlos is just an amazing guy, so it all came. No, he worked from 6 a.m. to midnight, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
constantly to try to build that brand, build the business up.
To get the leads.
Yes.
He will have, at the beginning, all he had was paper, and he will give it to the people. He will ask them, everybody that will come in, can you give me your information? What are you looking for? And then he started putting that database inside of his website, and that's how he
And the
kept
part I
leads.
love that I want people to understand is you're part of that with him. So she says Carlos, but she means they.
Oh, I used to go.
Right?
I used to go I'm telling you, 4th of July, January the 1st.
No rest for the weary, my friend.
We were there, I was just collaborating, and it's just like now that I am with my license, because you can see it from the outside, and
Sure.
you can think it's easy,
Right.
I am like, you can do it, baby. You can talk to people. You can,
Right.
But once you're in it, you get so much respect for the realtors out there.
Right. It's a lot of
yeah.
work. It's a lot of coordination. So what role are you going to play? I want to talk about igniting the path. Let's get
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So talk about igniting the path. How did that come in? And give us a little background and information on that.
Well, igniting the path came because, me and Carlos were very abundance mindset. Is that what you
Yes,
say?
instead of the poverty mindset.
Yeah.
Abundance people. You want to be in abundance mindset.
Yeah, and we also like to grow a lot, learn a lot. He principle, he taught me that. Because I come from a family that, they're comfortable, they get comfortable. But Carlos taught me, you have to keep learning, growing. You have every single day, just keep growing. And since we like to share everything that we know, we came with this idea of creating a group called Igniting the Path, so that everybody can ignite each other's path. And today is the last day of the month, so we just go there and reflect about the month. What did we learn this month? What was the lesson? What were the lessons learned this month? And he's
Hi, Carlos. I thought he was sending kisses to me. Hi, Kelly. How you doing? Kelly Espino's
Kelly.
on.
Yeah. Hi, Kelly.
So igniting the path. I love that you said igniting the path for other people. What I believe, and then at the show you're here, but Carlos is such an integral part. You guys really have a servant's heart when you're a service and a servant's heart when you are working with people. You want to see other people succeed.
Yeah.
And so everything that you do, we try to talk about it on the show as much as possible. What's up, Josue?
Hey.
We want to talk about it as much as possible because I think a lot of people believe they don't understand the thought process of planting a seed and helping other people and what that gives you and gives back to you. It's 100 million fold what you get back.
It's not only what you get back, it's if you can give something to somebody, if you can bless a life with some knowledge, because you don't know what they're going through.
That's true.
And they might be going through the same stuff that you went through last month,
right.
And you already solved. And so if you say, this is what I learned this week, this is what I learned this month, this is what I learned today, and you just are an open book and you share what you just learned, somebody that might be going through the same stuff that you don't even know might be getting, a blessing.
Yes.
And that's the important part, to put out there everything that you're learning. And so
that's what you do with Igniting the Path.
Yeah.
So you're sharing, and because I think a lot of people do, because of ego or fear or a combination of so many things, there's a lot of shame that goes on if you're going through things. That's self-imposed shame. There are people that are either going through it too or have gone through it and know your pain. And there's also people who are going through it. You could learn the lesson from them. And so being able to share that, being able to be vulnerable enough and authentic enough to share the negative stuff, the stuff that's going on, what's on your mind, what's on your plate, what are you struggling with, it's so important to share that you're going through the same thing or what you're doing, because somebody's going to be touched by it, somebody's going to be moved by it, and somebody's going to be helped by it.
And it's not being complaining. You know, I'm doing this other thing. I'm doing so many things.
You're doing a lot. Keep talking. I like it.
I'm doing so many things this year. One of my other challenges, and besides the surrender experiment, I'm doing also a 21-day challenge of not complaining. And I have failed at it. You know, you have to start. You have to start over.
You have to start over all over again.
And since Carlos, I'll be open. You know, since Carlos is not here this week, this is the longest I've been without complaining.
Did you hear what she said? Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm sustaining, baby.
She loves you. No, I love that. Yeah. So a 21-day no complaining.
No complaining.
Why was that important to you? What do you think that's going to accomplish for you?
Because it helps you have a positive mindset. When, you know, like people, we're used to complaining like, oh, it's so cold outside. It's Florida. Why is it so cold outside? And then, like, what does that give you as a benefit? You know, like, that's like just a second that you wasted complaining. And it's not a kind of like damaging, but you might not think.
Yeah, but if you say it 700 times a day, it's damaging. I'm telling you, it's damaging. You don't want to get in that habit. I love that. Now, I always try to be that way, so I know people give me a hard time about saying trying, but sometimes I have to say try because I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
And I might be able to go, let's say the first day I go an hour. Well, that's an hour of less complaining than I did the day before. You build on it. You do what you can, and if you mess up, then you start over, but you know that you messed up. I love the fact that it makes you cognizant. It makes you aware. Oh my God, I did complain.
The exercise is, you know, the first week, you write down every complaint that you have. The complaints that you tell, the complaints that you think but don't say it, and the complaints, like, for example, they classify. Do you want me to tell you all the information?
Sure.
You classify the information in between when you're judging, that's complaining. When you are
judging's complaining.
Yeah, that's complaining because you're judging somebody, but you're like, that's a silent complaining.
You're right.
You know?
I hate it when you're right, Rosemary, but you're right.
Yeah, and so when you verbalize a complaint, and also when you just, you know, you're just saying something simple like the weather is
because it's still negative.
Yeah,
complain is another word for negative. Having a negative thought, a negative speech.
That doesn't apport anything to you.
Correct.
So then you just write it down. You know, I tried to do that for a week. I couldn't go for a week because it drains you. Like, you know, I think they did it on purpose. The people.
Yeah, sure they did.
Yeah, because it's like it shows you how horrible it is that you're complaining, but like you don't realize it.
People don't realize how much they complain every day.
Until you're writing it, and then you're like, oh my God, this is why I'm drained.
My favorite is when people on social media, look, I've done it before too, so I'm not judging, I'm not complaining. People on social media will say, I'm a positive person, positive, positive, positive. And then the next post is, I hate McDonald's, I hate Starbucks, I hate my job. And there's so much negativity, and I think people are just not self-aware of how much they complain.
Yeah, the next week, what you do is you interrupt the complaint. So you're aware now that how you complain, when the complaint is coming and everything, because you become like really, you see it like an X-ray of your brain.
Oh, I like that. That's
so
good.
Then the next week you start interrupting. So the way that you do interrupt, you can do this like change. You know, and so you.
So every time you have a thought or say something negative.
So you do like change, right? But because it's too loud, and if you're working at your office,
they might think you're crazy.
Yeah. So then you can just say thank you, and so you're changing the thing, right? Good. So like I was saying in Uniting the Path the other day, because you know, like I make videos every Friday, like. Of 5 minutes, you know, I just say like what I learned this week is this and that. And so I was saying that I was in a traffic jam, and I just needed to go to the bathroom. so I was like, oh my gosh, and I usually I'm a happy traffic jam person, you know, like I just put music and dance and everything, right? So this time I was I was horrible. I was going crazy.
You had to go potty.
Right. And then I just started thanking, thank you God for my car. I wouldn't be here in this traffic, yeah, right? And so it switched everything, and suddenly I forgot that I needed to go to the bathroom.
Right.
I was so grateful.
Because
that,
what were you were focusing on the negative and not the positive.
Right.
When you focus on the negative, when your world becomes focused on all the things you don't have or all the problems you have, trust me, you're going to get more problems and more issues. The things that you focus on, the things that you bring in, and I'm also a man of faith. There's the Bible is full of law of attraction stuff. It's just called different. And so you bring this stuff into fruition. The more you focus on it, so you get to choose. Do you focus on the positive and want a whole bunch more of that? Or do you focus on the negative and want a whole bunch more of that? Because the complaining does nothing but bring on more negativity into your world.
Yes, and so that's the second week. And the third week is just changing the... once you know how to interrupt and you already practice that, you know how to identify when bad thoughts are coming and you know how to interrupt them, then the third week you replace them for gratitude, for positive thoughts. And all the time that you spend complaining, you can spend that planning your new business instead of being complaining about your job that you don't want to be in,
Right.
So it's like, it's a
How many
life
days are you
changing.
in? Are we back to day one again?
No, I went.
Is it start over time?
I went back last Saturday, so I have 6 days.
All right,
already.
that's good. I was actually afraid you were going to say a 21-day diet, and I was going to check out for a minute because I'm not really good at diets. But 21-day challenge of being positive,
Yes.
that's awesome. All right,
Yes.
what do you see future-wise? What are your goals? What's coming up? I mean, whatever you'd like to talk about. I know. EXP, which I tagged, you guys are definitely on the cutting edge of recruitment and the way real estate is going, and I love that about you.
Yeah.
And of course, I love you guys because everything is so open and honest and authentic. What are the things that are coming up for you all? 2019's a wonderful big year for everybody. I think everybody's pretty positive about 2019. And so do you guys you were talking about you want to do some seminars. You want to really be added value to your agents.
Yeah, well, we have many plans for the future, but the main one that we have coming up is we're just gonna add value to the community because we just want to have that abundance, share with everybody everything that we know. So in the next month, February the 28th, we're having a meet and greet and drinks and professional photos for free.
So your headshots. So you guys do still have your glamour shot from 1991.
Yeah.
You can get a new headshot, please.
Yeah, and it's all for free, and you come to visit our office, get to meet our agents, get to, how do you say,
Network?
Network, yeah, networking, and ask all the questions that you have.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to share all of Rosemary's contact information. I tagged Igniting the Path. You can ask to join that. I tagged their the Carlos and team page.
Yeah.
You reach out to her. I mean, she's an open book. When I bring people on, they're always available there's no pressure. They just want to be there for you. They obviously have servants' hearts. They really want to do the right thing with you, and they want to help. Why? Because somebody probably mentored them. They also have a good faith, so they want to do the right thing and they want to be there for you. I did a class today and I was teaching people, and some people were talking about how they had another lender. And so I said, I don't care. I'm still going to help you. What do you need help with? Because it's not about that. It's about planting the seed and doing what's right and helping people. And that's what you guys obviously do. All right. Any parting words of wisdom for them? Anything you want to share before we head out?
Grow every day, don't stop growing. The most important thing that you can do is invest in yourself. Don't just, give up on yourself. You need to love yourself. Talk to yourself like you love yourself, like you would talk to somebody that you love. And be kind to yourself and others. That's the most important thing. So,
I love it. Be kind.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost any money to be kind.
If you want to be a rebel right now at this time, just be kind, and you'll
Right.
see. Everybody will be like, "You're so different," and it shouldn't be like that, but it's amazing.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like, people tell me all the time, I can't believe you're as happy as you are. Look, I have moments where I'm not, but two of my words this year are joy and restoration. Joy being the fact that I'm joyful no matter what the circumstance is. I might not be happy because happiness is fleeting and it's moment to moment. I try to find the joy, like it's gratitude, like it's being
Yes.
appreciative, it's abundance thinking. So try to find the joy in the moment. Try to not get so caught up in the negativity of what's going on. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be sad or that you shouldn't have moments where you're sad. But if your entire life consists of that, if that's what your business meetings are about, if you dread the things that you're doing, you're not living in an abundance world, and you're certainly not doing yourself any favors as far as growing. So say yes. I love the say yes
Yeah.
movement. Say yes to things. And if
That
you want
scare
help,
you.
that scare you.
Yeah, that's the most important.
Do you want to
thing
come on
is
the TED Show
you
and do a
wanna
song and
spread-
dance and you've never songed and danced before? Come on the TED
Yeah.
Show. Do things that are outside that 9 dots. I promise you it's going to bring you things that you could not ever imagine. So,
And when you're going through a difficult time, if you're a believer, you just seek for, that a higher self or for that higher power. For example, I mainly when I'm feeling bad, I just go and sit down, meditate, and feel like, invite God into my body and say, I release myself to you, I release my life to you, and all I want to be is in your hands. So after I get out of that prayer, after I get out of that moment of meditation, I feel so much empowered
Sure.
and fresh, and I'm ready to rock and roll because I'm not
ready to
alone.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
Rosemary's ready to rock and roll. All right, so
Yeah.
are you still nervous?
I know.
You did fantastic, right? You were awesome.
Yeah,
All right,
thank
so thank you for being on, and thank you for saying yes.
Yeah.
So reach out to Rosemary. She is a wealth of knowledge, and her heart's there for you. So definitely want to reach out to her. And if you don't have her contact information or you want to reach out to me first, that's fine. Thank you for coming on the show. We love you guys. Mwah. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.